We are starting with question 1 of paper 2 for June 2024. The question reads, the number of pages in 10 A4 books and their corresponding weights in grams are given in the table below. The data is also represented in the scatter plot. So we are given the table, the number of pages is indicated as X, and the weights in grams is indicated as Y. On the scatter plot, we have the weights on the y-axis and the number of pages on the x-axis. 1.1. Determine the equation of the least squares regression line. So this is a standard question where you need to use your calculator. So when you enter these values of x and y on your calculator, you get A is equals to negative 43.72 and B is equal to 2.36. Now remember, your calculator gives it as y is equals to a plus bx. So the equation of the least squares regression line is negative 43.72 plus 2.36x. So a common mistake is that students place the x with the a value instead of the b value. But on your calculator, it gives the equation as a plus bx. 1.2. Draw the least squares regression line on the scatter plot in the answer book. So we will use the diagram in my question paper here. So we have y is equal to negative 43.72 plus 2.36x. Now what we need to do is we need to find at least two reference points. So I'm going to substitute x with 100. And when x is 100, the y value is 192.28. So on our scatter plot, we'll have where x is 100, it's roughly right here. Can you see where x is 100? The y value is around 190. Then I'll choose another reference point. Let's say x equals to 160. So when I substitute x with 160 into my equation, I get a y value of 333. So where x is 160, I'll have a y of around 333. So if I plot it correctly, it's just below that dot. Now what I'll do is I'll connect those two values. And what I want you to notice is that when I draw my scatter plot, I stay within the domain. So you see the lowest x value is around 85, and the highest value of x is around 160. So my regression line is in that slot. I don't extend it all the way to touch or intercept with the axis. I stay within the domain. 1.3. Predict the weight of an A4 book that has 110 pages. So to predict the weight, I can use my equation, which I've worked out in a previous question, and I'll substitute x with 110. And that leads me to 215.88 grams. So remember the question says predict the weight. So here is my predicted weight. 1.4. Calculate the percentage weight increase between a book with 110 pages and a book with 130 pages. Now we have the weight of a book of 110 pages as 215.88 grams. Let us find the weight of a book with 130 pages. So now I'll substitute x with 130. And that gives me 263.08 grams. We'll take the difference of weight between the two books and we divide that by the weight of the original book and we multiply that ratio with 100. So that leads me to 21.86%. Thank you for watching. Remember to show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing to Mathenatic.